This is the second screencast video for your summer class in Comic Superheroes and Space Cowboys. The second one deals primarily with the discussion area. In some of the course materials, you will see it or hear it referred to as a forum area. Forums and discussions are synonymous, so don't get confused. If you hear in some of my materials I refer to forum, then I mean discussion. It's the same thing. It's forum is a holdover from the previous My Westminster online classroom, which I have a bit of a problem breaking that habit. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. So let's click on the discussion area and show you what's there. Now, discussions are a major part of what happens in this class. It is how you respond to reading materials or things that you need to watch. It is how you engage in conversation with each other in the classroom. It's how I evaluate how your understanding and synthesis of the material is going. And as I mentioned before, each week during the course of this 6-week semester, you have 2 discussion questions based on reading and or video that I give you. And that's an important thing for you to take a look at. And so it's organized in a couple of different ways. At the very top is a section called General section called General Discussion Guidelines. And general discussion guidelines will always remain at the top as a way for you to go back and be reminded of what it is that you need to do. And so there are a couple of different sections to this. There are discussion guidelines. You can either read them on this screen by reading it in here and scrolling down here, or you can simply click on the link that says discussion guidelines and read it on its own page. And then when you're done, you go back. So one of the first things that you're going to want to do before this class starts, before you do anything, after you read the syllabus, is go here and read this. And then go down and read some more discussion suggestions. And then go down here and make sure that you are completely familiar with and comfortable with the grading rubric for the discussions. All right, that's an important document. If you don't read this, you do so at your own peril. I mean, it tells you exactly what you need to do to construct a really good discussion post and what you need to do to reply to other people. And if you don't do it, then it's going to be points that are going to be hard to get back. So read it carefully. And then after the general discussion guidelines comes week 1 discussion. What will happen after week 1 is over? The week 1 discussions will move to the bottom of the page, and the next most current week will move to the top. You'll see that weeks 1 discussions and weeks 2 discussions are already up. I always try to have the current week and the following week available for you. And sometimes I might even work further ahead, but it's always the current week and the next week at a minimum are available for you. And so let's take a look at, as I mentioned before, you can access any of these discussion questions through the content section by clicking on the name of the discussion in that area, but you can also get to it by clicking on discussion. So let's say that you're getting ready to work on discussion 1.1. You click on it, and it brings you to this page where you will read the question, and you can also contribute what you want to do. Now, every question basically is formulated this way. It has a section right here where it says this question. It tells you where it's based upon. It tries to point you in the right direction. Then it tells you when SNGs are due. Personal responses due. 300 to 400 words are due in the 4-paragraph method by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, June 9th. And then you reply to at least 2 other students. That can be posted between 7 a.m. and Thursday, June 9th to 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, June 12th. Read this. This section about when it's due is always first, and then the question. All right. When you're ready to answer the question, and as I made a suggestion before, you should always compose your answers offline and then just copy and paste. You're going to start a new thread. You're going to put your last name and then personal response, and then you're going to put your writing in this box right here, completely in the 4-paragraph method, and then when you're done, you post it. And then it'll be right there. And then you'll be able to see everybody's personal response. When you want to read somebody's personal response, you click on it, and you can read it right here. And then if this is one you're going to reply to, you simply click reply to thread, and you go Corso, reply to Corso, and then your reply goes here. And then you post it. And that's how you do it. Pretty straightforward. And when you're ready to do the next discussion, you can go down to it, find it in the discussion area, click on it, and do the same thing. That's basically how that works. Before you write discussions, make sure you go back and review the videos that's a part of this YouTube playlist that talks about the 4-paragraph method of writing a discussion or forum post.